Okay, so the second part of Quest 8 is reading into a file and then storing the things you read from the file somewhere, and then you can print them. In Quest 7, we've learned about OS, and importing OS can give you a lot of functionalities, and one of those functionalities is actually reading from a file and then opening it. So what we're going to do here is I created a file called hello.txt, and of course, always, no matter what, when you start learning a programming language, the first thing you do is print hello world. So here we're doing that, and what we're trying to do in this program is بنبطل الفايل, we're going to open the file, وبنقرأ اللي موجود, وبعدين بنطبعه. Reading to the file and then printing what's there, all the contents that are there. So in Quest 7 we've learned that to access the arguments, you can declare something called args, and then I do os. This is how you access arguments. And we've also learned that the first argument is always the name of the project. So if I'd want to run something, if I'd want to go run hello.txt, hello.txt is going to be the second argument. So let's declare a variable called file name. It's going to be args at position 1. An array always starts from 0, so 1 is actually the second argument in os.args. Okay, so now I'd want to open the file. So file and then error, because sometimes you'd write, for example, in the argument a wrong file name, and that would crash your system. So we don't want our system to crash, we want to catch the error, so we'll always do this. You do os.open and then the file name. Alright, now that you've used OS to open the file, if there is an error, we don't want to continue, because if we continue, the program is going to crash. So if error is not equal to nil, which is nothing, if the error has something, then you just do fmt.print ln that error, and then you stop there. Else, we can actually read into the file. So to read into a file, we call a variable, create a variable called data, and it's going to be of type byte. So you make it, it's of type byte, and this is where you declare how much of the file you want to read. So let's say we want to read the first 20 bytes of the file. You do the file name, which is file, the file that we open, and then you do read. It's a method you can call when you have a file that you opened, and then you store whatever you're reading into data. Now after that, you already have it, it's in data, you want to print it out. So the way you do that is, you do fmt.print ln, and then you do data. So now if I run, let's clear this, go run dot, and then you write the file name, which is hello.txt. It prints this way. Why does it print this way? Because it's a byte. We want to convert it from a byte to a string. So before I do the print, I cast it into a string. And now, when I run it again, it says hello world, which is exactly what's in the file that we have. After doing all of that, you always have to make sure that you close the file that you opened. Now, normally in a small project like this, it wouldn't really make a difference, but when you have a lot of projects, like a lot of files that you're going to open, and it's a big project, it might crash sometimes, so it's best we do the safest thing and we close it. And that would be it for how to read into a file and then print out its content. And thank you so much for watching.